last week's activity. Did we discuss in the class itself? I asked you all to discuss about the luxury client and all, right? Can you just share something about last week's activity? Maybe Anastasia, you want to start? What did you do on the luxury client? What did you understand?
That you
Pardon?
luxury client, they consist of people who have been like buying the luxury product regularly
Uh-huh.
and short-time buyers.
And short-term buyers. Okay. All right. And what else?
And uh,
Can you all see my meeting note on the side? Do you have a view meeting notes?
yes.
You can see what I'm typing now?
Hmm, wait, it's still loading, miss.
Okay. How about the other girls?
There is meeting notes, but there is no words. There is no typing
There's no
on my
typing
screen.
here.
Uh,
Okay, I thought when I type, all of you can be able to see it. Okay. All right then. Very good, Anastasia. You just mentioned about the two types. Luxury clients are basically long term, right? And then short term also. Okay. And what else, Kazia?
uh, they do personal branding.
Okay, they do personal branding. Uh-huh. And they give importance to personal branding. That's what you mean, right? What else?
And there is excursionist purchaser, short-term purchaser.
There are excursionists. Okay, short-term purchases. Okay, good. And how about you, Ingrid?
Luxury clients is the one who use affordable luxury market. And
Can you repeat again?
luxury clients is the one who use affordable luxury market.
Okay, luxury
Yeah.
clients use affordable luxury products, right? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Is that all? How was your activity on Times regarding this product, regarding this topic?
Um. For the case study,
Mm.
actually I haven't read until
The case
finish.
study.
Yeah.
No, I thought I gave you something else also, right? Not the case study. The topic about, you know, Times. I gave you a H5P. Did you manage to open up the H5P and do the assessment? No, right?
I think not yet, miss.
Not
Okay.
yet.
I gave you on, if you open up your Times, you can see there is a luxury client video, right? And luxury hospitality brand essentials. I asked you all to read the article and then you will have a quiz for next class based on this. So if you have read that article, I can open up the quiz. It's just very basic quiz. Did you all manage to take that? No.
No, miss.
Okay, let me just share my screen so you can see which one I'm referring to. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this part I was talking about. No, did you all manage to do this SS test? No, right?
No.
No.
Okay, okay. Maybe because it is based on this luxury hospitality brand essentials. I wanted you all to read this and then take up this quiz. Maybe I'll open it again after the class, and then you all can just read this and take up this quiz. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Miss, I think the quiz on topic 6 it's not on our time.
Yeah, because I've not opened it yet. Available. Actually, it was open from 22nd May, and it must have closed in few days' time according to the timing set. So I will open it again. That's why you cannot see it on your times page.
Okay.
And it's, can you see it's hidden? It's not. You cannot see it. See, can you see this part? It's not a normal box like this.
Oh yeah.
It's
Okay.
hidden. Okay, so I will open it again little while later. Or do you want me to open it now or after class?
I think
After
after.
class?
Okay.
Okay, after class, yeah? Very good. So let me just open up the, where's my PowerPoint? It is opening up this. Hmm. All right, can you all see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. All right, so now we have come to chapter 7, luxury brand management. Okay, we have just covered the introduction, and we saw last week, we saw the luxury clients, we saw the legal aspects. So moving now, we're going to look into the brand life cycle. Okay, so this is something very important in any luxury brand, be it a luxury commodity, goods or fashion products, or a luxury hospitality brand, or a luxury airline brand, whatever it is, it all depends and revolves around that brand life cycle. Okay, so basically it starts like this. I think one of your group activity is based on this, isn't it? Correct? Your first assignment, correct? Guys, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So your first group project is similar to this. I wanted you all to analyze a luxury hospitality brand. Actually, now there's a lot in the market that is actually declining and dying already because of the pandemic, because of the COVID-19 crisis. A lot of hospitality brands. In 2 days ago, newspaper also, you would have seen that many brands, especially 48 hotels, have completely closed in Malaysia alone. So like that, it's nicer for you all to study about the brand cycles at this point of time. Okay, so let's just see how does this luxury brand or any brand in the market survives. How does it come into the market? How does it grow? And how does it get grown or achieve that maturity stage? And then how it slowly declines. And that's where you have to relaunch, and then you have to see the product dying actually, all right, or the brand. So this is the product life cycle. Can you see the chart here? So basically the first part is your introduction, all right? So you just, the product is just introduced into the market, okay? And then the product or the brand grows, Okay, we're talking about the brand life cycle, but this is the product life cycle. So a product life cycle is not so different from a brand. The brand exists because of the product, right? And when the product grows, the brand grows ultimately. And this is the peak. Can you see the peak? What do you mean by the peak? That means it has already achieved a saturation or a maturity. After this, then it has to either decline or it has to either die. That is the only thing that can happen to the particular product or the brand. Say for example, you're talking about a particular brand of a hotel group, Marriott. They've already achieved the saturation or maturity stage. They are called as the world's largest hotel brand. Okay, and if you tell me, Miss, what else can happen to the brand now? Okay, the hotels under that particular bigger brand, the Marriott brand itself, say for example, you have Westin hotels, you have Meridian hotels, and you also have W hotels, you have Aloft hotels, like that. You have so many St. Regis brand inside. You have so many product lines inside that Marriott. And suddenly what happens, that one particular group, say for example, the Western chain of hotels, the Western hotels starts to grow immensely. And then they say, no, we want to pull ourselves out of this bigger brand. And that is what we mean by saturation or maturity, because they want to move out. And then what happens slowly to any brand? It declines. How it can decline? Because some other product would have introduced into the market, some other product would be growing, and some other product would have achieved a saturation. So naturally, the other products that has been in the market will slowly decline. And when it starts to decline, what happens? Out of sight, out of mind. So it slowly disappears. So when it disappears, it falls down entirely. And then if you want to revive your product, or if you want to revive your brand, you will have to introduce and come up again. Introduction of a new product. That means the brand cycle will just be standard, but the products will keep growing and coming down, growing and coming down. So you still have to follow the cycle. All right. So that is basically the gist of the brand cycle, because any product represents a brand, right? So this is what we're looking into now. For example, if you talk about, let's just go into a birth of a brand first. So when we talk about birth of a brand, this is the first stage of your cycle. This is the birth. This part only is your birth. Are you with me, class?
Yes.
Yeah, the birth of a brand. So what happens here? This is where you're coming into the market. All right. So you're introducing your particular product of the brand, or maybe the brand itself is being introduced now. For example, talking about iPhone, for example, right? When iPhone comes into the market, what does it do? Initially, not I'm not talking about the new products. So when it came into the market long time ago, it has to have high promotional expenditure. That means you have to blast it out. You have to think of all possible advertising strategies. You have to reach entirely. I mean, if it's going to be a global brand, that means all your market chains in every country globally, whichever countries has allowed you to bring in your products, everywhere you will have the same launch date and you will launch it out on the same day. Or sometimes it can have a date slightly different from 1 week or another. But what happens? High promotional expenditure is very important. Marketing people will also call it as the skim the market strategy. Have you all heard about that? Skimming the market. It's called as skimming. Have you heard about this?
No.
Wow, my writing is so bad. Okay, this is called as skimming the market. What happens in skimming the market is, sorry, what happens in skimming the market is, See, the product is all, some other product is already been in the market, right? And you are coming in, and you, of course, you would have done your market study. Of course, you've done your feasibility study to see if there is a demand for that particular product. And yes, the research or the survey says, yes, there's a 60% demand for your product. If you launch this kind of a product, people definitely will buy in. So that means there is a possible rate of growth of your particular product. So when you think of bringing in a new product, a birth of a brand or a product, you're going to skim the market. That means you come in a very, very attractive price. You come in with a lot of gifts and coupons and discounts or something of that sort, so that, as somebody just said, luxury clients can go for affordable products. So you come in with affordable products because you are trying to gain the trust, the confidence of your clients. You're coming in new to the market. And once they try and test your products, test your services, then they are very, very happy. But what does it mean by skimming the market? Because some other product is already doing very well in the market. Their price is very attractive, and they already got a very good base, customer base profile. And then they've already been buying. Say, for example, they're buying a product for 10 ringgit, and now you are selling a product, similar product, for 8 ringgit. So that is skimming the market. You're skimming the market by 2 ringgit. That means all the clients who are thinking and buying the 10 ringgit product are coming to you to buy your product for 8 ringgit, because yours is a new product, and that is what you call by skimming the market. So these are all part of your high promotional strategies. And money back guarantee, this is something that you have to consider. But again, all these are the different strategies that you can adopt, but these are not a definite, and of course you must adopt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not like that. It depends upon your brand, it depends upon the market, it depends upon your customers profiling as well. See, your consumers are very, very important when you do your market strategy. Sometimes when you give so many things or too many things for free, it doesn't have any value. You understand? So you will have to be very careful in how you offer this money back guarantee. So people will think, why there's a money back? That means the product is not of good quality or what, right? So that is the thing that people will start thinking about. But you have to come up with a very good strategy. Yes, only if you're not satisfied, then maybe you will have a money back guarantee. So it's just to stimulate people to buy the product. Hey, it's okay, it's just safe, let's just invest, or let's just go to this particular resort and let's just try, right? So you have to gain the confidence. And thirdly, it's a personal context. That means your salesmen, the buyers, the dealers, you need to get your feedback. Definitely you need to get your feedback, right? For example, say every class, I believe that every class, all your lecturers are asking you, how are you guys, how are classes? Are they asking you? Ingrid, Teja, is anybody asking you?
Yeah.
They're asking you, right? How about you, Anastasia? Lecturers asking you?
Yes.
Yes. How about you, Kazia?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Why do you think they're asking you all? Just to get your instant feedback. Are you all doing good? Say, for example, if you all choose to tell me, Miss, this is not nice, Miss. I mean, this lecturer or this class, I cannot have it, or I cannot see this. See, for example, we were using Zoom and then someone said, Miss, can we use Teams? So we immediately switch. So that's the feedback, and we immediately switch and we immediately take some initiatives. That means you are slowly gaining the trust of your customers or your consumers or your guests, right? And how does that happen? Through your personal context, through your connections with your consumers and the salesman. They have to have constant relationship, constant in touch with your consumers, right? And lastly, the fourth point is distribution. To be extensive for items of daily use, exclusive for luxurious items is desirable. That means you have to consider your distribution market. I told you earlier. See, you have to look into your market chains, right? You say yours is a global product, and then you have international market chains. You are going to launch into China market, you're going to launch into Japan market, you're going to launch into Malaysian market, you're going to launch into Singapore market. So you have your distribution channels all set. So what happens here? You need to see how you are going to strategize to bring in the product into that particular market zone. Or if yours is a national product, miss, mine is not a global product, mine is just a local product, and this is a national product only. So I'm not intending to bring it outside my particular country. So that means it's a very national and it's a very niche product. I don't see many of the luxury hospitality services to be calling themselves as a local or a national product, because everything has to be globalized. It has to go big. It has to be international markets. So you have to know your distribution channels. You have to see, okay, say for example, when you are considering to launch, there is one new resort that is coming, a luxury resort that is coming just 2 years ago in the Malaysian market, which is called as the One and Only Resort. Have you all heard about it? One and Only Resort?
Not yet, miss.
It is in JB. One of your seniors from BH15 is working. He did his internship there, and he got a full-time job there. It's called as a One and Only Resort. One and Only. See, nice name, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, One and Only. And this is a part, this is a product. This is a product, huh? This is a resort, and it's a product. But the main brand is ATLANTIS, Atlantis. Atlantis is the brand. Just like how Marriott is a big brand, and under Marriott you have Aloft Hotel, you have Meridian Hotel, you have Western Hotel. So like that, Atlantis is a big brand, hospitality brand, and One and Only is a product under that brand. And this is a resort. And if you go into the Forbes marketing guide, I can just upload that on Times. One and Only Resorts have gained highest ranking among the Forbes survey among their consumers. They are a leading luxury brand, and this has ventured into the Malaysian market. Okay, now coming back to the distribution channel. Okay, when this particular product, One and Only, came into the Malaysian market, the distribution channel, so what would they have done? They would have seen, okay, when is the Malaysian holiday peak period? When do you think One and Only Resorts can have a good sales when I come into the market? When do you think? Class, when do you think? What are your ideas? When do you think is a good holiday time for Malaysian market?
During school holiday,
During school holidays, very good. And
New Year,
at the
summer.
end of year,
and
New Year, Christmas and New Year.
okay. And during Christmas and New Year's, right? But how about your Hari Raya holidays? It's a school holiday, right? So yes, when you do your market study, they would have already considered, okay, this is how we're going to come in. So when you plan your distribution channel, you will say, okay, this is going to be my peak period, and this is where I'm going to do very good sales just before the peak period is going to start, just before the holidays is going to start. I am going to do my sales strategies. I'm going to send out a lot of flyers. I'm going to come up with a lot of billboards. I'm going to blast it up on my social media, my digital marketing. Then your distribution channel starts working. So like this, the other countries will also have certain days or certain period of the year that can be really the peak, and that can boost up your sales. That is how you will have to consider your introduction stage. Okay, so that's the birth of the brand. Any questions on this, class?
No, miss.
Okay, good. Moving on, the growth of a brand. All right. So now you've already come into the market, and now by now you have already understanding, like say for example, a few months or 1 month or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you're already understanding the perceptions of your consumers. You know that yes, people are accepting my brand, people are accepting my services, people are accepting, yes, this is a luxury product. So when you feel that people have already started to accept, and this is where you started to grow. So now you know the popularity is there, you are gaining a lot of ticks, social media likes are coming in, people are following you on Instagram, so you see that is happening there, right? So when this is happening, you might need to have strategies like penetration into the existing market and then discovering new markets, right? So this is where your market shares have to increase. So now you said, okay, Malaysia, right now the one and only, let's just talk about one and only for now, okay? So one and only resorts is in the JB area now, okay? And it's been 2 years. And now the pandemic, the COVID-19 series, the lockdown, every hotel is almost closing, no business at all. So that particular resort, and it's a luxury resort, you intend to get your Singapore market, you also intend to get your Malaysian market, right? But now it's all slow. But they are also considering how to penetrate into the other markets. So suddenly they see, hey, Malacca is a very good spot, right? Malacca is a very good zone. You see, for the past few years, there's so many brands. If you talk about Malacca, you know where is Malacca, right? Ingrid, Teja, you know
Yes. Yeah.
Malacca? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kezia,
Yes, yes, I know.
Anastasia,
Yes, miss.
have you all been to Malacca, girls?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very good. You know, if you would have gone to Malacca 6 years from now or 10 years from now, I've been to Malacca in 2008. It was not as good as it now. Now it's like a small Singapore. Have you all seen Malacca now? There's so many hotel brands that has come into the market. Earlier it was not like that. Then when we saw what was the reason suddenly Malacca grew so much, initially the Singapore market as free access to come into Malaysian market. You all know that, right? Every weekend, the Singaporeans drive into Malaysia. Whoever can drive in, they can drive into Malaysia. They fill the petrol cars, and then they buy a lot of vegetables and all those stuff, and they drive back to Singapore. This is an official and every week scenario that happens in the borders. So like that, what happened here is JB was booming, but now Johor Bahru is already achieved its maturity stage. The Singaporean market is tired of Johor Bahru because it's diluted with a lot of local market as well. So now they wanted a newer market. So all the Singaporeans have extended their drive for another 2 hours more and ended up in Malacca. And Malacca is a historical city of Malaysia, right? You all know that, right? Yes. And because of that, there's a lot of hotel brands that has come into the Malacca market. So that means they know that it has a good possibility, it has a good growth, um, availability, it can grow well, so there is a lot of opportunities for Malacca to grow. So that is how you grow a brand. You look into the possibilities of a newer market. So likewise, I'm sure one and only also, when they start growing, maybe by the end of next year, they would have already identified a new market. And second thing is increase your advertising expenditure and develop your brand loyalty. This is something important. You have to specify your brand. You have to emphasize your brand. You have to make it big. That is why all your hotel souvenirs, all your hotel items, like for example your bed sheets, your pillows, your pillowcases, any promotional material you see on the hotel room, like for example your room service menu, your toothbrush kit, your sanitary kit inside the bathroom, all of it will have the hotel logo. And what are you doing? You are trying to develop the brand loyalty. Anything that comes to your hands from the hotel will have the hotel logo. That means you're emphasizing, and you're developing the brand loyalty. After the guest stays in your hotel and they leaves out, you definitely write to them and keep connecting with them. And for luxury hotels, they would have definitely known their birthdays, their anniversary dates. They'll send them a birthday cake, they'll send them a birthday card, or then they will tell them, okay, why don't you come in for a lunch or a dinner, and we are giving you 20% discount or something of that sort. So they will start developing the brand loyalty. And lower prices a little to attract consumers. Okay, this can be done a bit, but again, it depends upon your particular market. It needs to be strategized correctly. And then what happens is your distribution. Again, distribution market is very, very important. And after sales and consumer services, this is what I've been telling, right? You have to always connect with your consumers, with your guests. How is the brand been? Was it able to meet your expectations? So you have to keep connecting with them. Why do you think Starbucks introduces, have you seen Starbucks? They keep introducing a lot of items every now and then. Any movie comes out or anything that is in the trend, they come out with a bottle, they come out with straws, they come out with small tumblers. Have you seen that, guys? What are they trying to do? They're trying to emphasize the brand loyalty, and they are emphasizing on their consumer services. They want all of their consumers to be their own brand ambassadors. And people also like to carry the bottle. Okay, this is a Starbucks bottle and it's a brand that you're representing, right? So that is the value that you have, that you carry because you've used a brand. So that is your after sales and consumer services. You have to have that connection. So that is how your brand will grow. Any questions, your class?
No, miss.
Sure, I'm moving on. Okay, brand's maturity. Okay, this is the stage that is the peak, the saturation or the maturity stage. Remember in the cycle that we saw just now, this is the peak stage. Okay, this is the stage that we're discussing now, the peak stage. So what happens at the peak stage? It's already achieved its growth maturity, and it's already stabilized in the market. And now it can also reach the stage that is going to drop down its sales. So now you will have to shift to other products and substitutes. See, many customers, you and I also, you've been using a particular brand for a very long period of time, and then suddenly you say, hey, come on now, let's try something else. So boring to go back there. Why the same place again and again? Can we go to this place again, right? Some people keep doing this. So this is an excursionist mentality, right? And it's a normal phenomenon. You just want to change. You just want to try out something else. So this is called as a decaying maturity. So what do you have to do at this stage? Your strategy should be, you have to initiate new product planning and development. All right, maybe you can just introduce, okay, yours is a luxury resort, miss, how am I going to build a new resort immediately? No, but you can increase your services. Maybe you bring in a robot to service in your room, and that's a new feature, and you send it out to everybody and tell them, hey, I have a robot, I have a self check-in kiosk in my front desk, but you don't have to wait there. And at the comfort of your room itself, you can, from your phone, you can lock your room, you can order your food. Hilton is doing that. You don't have to worry at all. And my rooms are all virtual reality enabled rooms. That means sitting in Johor Bahru, sitting in JB One and Only Resort, you get to the feeling of living in Paris. My entire room is virtually inclined to that kind of a possibility. So you are trying to bring in new product planning and development, and you introduce new features in the product. This is what I was talking to you, right? New features, and you extend your warranty period. Maybe you extend the loyalty club memberships, or you tell them, okay, because you've stayed here last year, I'm sending you another invite, right? And then advertise with new phrase or slogans, you know, count on us. Have you all heard about the Wyndham hotels? Wyndham hotels. Wyndham hotels. WYNDAM. My goodness, so bad. Wyndham hotels. They have now, because with the COVID-19, and all hotels have given a new normal. What is a new normal? They cannot take any reservation more than 30%. Initially, the hotel could do up to 100%, but now it's only 30% because of social and physical distancing. So then what else? They have to definitely undergo a lot of hygiene and sanitation, hygiene and sterilization, sanitization needs. That means they have to keep cleaning and cleaning, and they have to sanitize all their rooms once a guest checks out and before a guest checks in. The public areas, the restaurants, everything has to be sanitized. So you need to gain that confidence. I tell you, the industry is really having a tough time, but they're doing it so well. They cannot be so rigid and tell, I cannot do this, right? So their new phrase and slogan for Wyndham Hotels is count on us. That means you come and stay with us, we will be able to provide you the comfort and the confidence level. So concentrate on those potential buyers which might have been left earlier. Who are the potential buyers for your particular brand? Who are your potential buyers? People who have already thought of your brand initially, people who had called you and asked for reservations, people who had denied or cancelled your request because the price was high or the dates was not conducive, something of that sort, right? So these are your potential buyers. So you will contact them and you will have to have a rapport. So that is brand's maturity. You need to have this good rapport, okay? Rapport with your consumers, with your clients, with your guests. Okay, so that's how you tackle your brand maturity if you still want to be in the market. Okay, moving on. Decline, relaunch, and death of a brand. It's already declining, and you cannot avoid it. You really cannot avoid it, you know, and that is why you need to be bringing in a lot of new features. See, when we're talking about a brand, what is declining here? If your product line is falling down, the brand will also fall down. Are you with me, class? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If your products fall down, right? If your products fall down, your brand also falls down, right? Because the product is an reflection of your brand. So when you're talking about the brand, you need to increase a lot of products. So you need to keep on bringing in a lot of products line. That is where your brand will also be surviving in the market. So what do you have to do? New features, style, fashion. You will have to keep developing this on and on, right? That is why we look into this iPhone. iPhone started with iPhone 4, if you remember. Do you all remember iPhone 4? Like,
Yes.
yeah, it was like in 2014, 2013, 2014, I think. This was iPhone 4. And people were wondering, hey, any phone line that comes to the market, they'll only call it as the name. They don't add in 2.0, 4.0, 5.0, but that was the market that they came in with 4. And now, next year, you're going to have iPhone 12, right? So that is how they uh, new product line being in and one. Okay, this one can help you survive a bit, but it's not a very good strategy. It's not a long-term strategy. Okay, this can just support you for a while to help you survive, sustain, but it's not a good strategy. Okay, it's just a strategy to boost you up for that particular period of time. Okay, and then introduce new and interesting sales promotion devices like price contests or anything again this is also another kind of a strategy that can only sustain for a while, not more. But this is the most important strategy you have to look into to prevent sharp decline of sales. That means your R&D team has to consistently keep working. Your research and development team has to consistently keep looking into surveys. They have to look into social media. They have to see what are the people on the internet, right? So based on that, they will come up with a design. They have to do a lot of strategies everywhere. They will go. That's why on Google, if you all the product related to your searches will come on your right side pane because they know what you're searching, and that's artificial intelligence keeps coming. If you search for one flight, I want to fly back to Malaysia, you look for one particular flight on your right side, you get the hotel market study. Nowadays, it's very, very easy because the competition is very, very high. The market is so big. Okay, so that is your decline, relaunch, and death of brand. So finally, the disappearance stage. So your brand itself is disappeared from the market because you can't find any new consumers, right? For a while, for hello class, are you with me? Hello class, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, I was like asking guys, what is this? And then only I realized nobody was here. I'm so sorry. Kezia, are you in?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, right. So where did I lose you guys? I'm sorry. Were we talking about disappearance stage?
Maybe from this slide.
This slide, right? Can you see my slide now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so um, Yeah, so I was talking about the Nokia brand. Do you all know the Nokia phones?
Yes.
Yeah, and for a considerable period of time, they were not available in the market at all. They all went missing because they couldn't sustain the market. There were so many products that came into the phone line market, and then they went, they did their study, and then they relaunched. And when they came in, they were the first people to come in with a camera, both sides enabled. That means they are the only one who came up with a selfie attached camera. That means the person taking the selfie is also in the screen. I don't know what you call it, two-way face phone or something. Do you remember that? So the person taking the selfie is also part of the picture. That means both front face and the back face camera was enabled. So they came in with a new feature. So that is how you have to come in. So disappearance stage can happen to any brand or a product, but you will have to have your strategy to come in again, and that is how you can survive the saturation stage. All right, so looking at it, there is certain trend towards second hand sustainability. That means this will also help you to survive in the market. That's why when we were talking about counterfeit, your fake products, when we're talking about it, the fake products available in the market is also a good point for you, because that will let your consumers know that there is a brand, something like that, that is existent, right? Then they will try to learn more about your particular brand. So it is, in a way, a positive thing. So what happens is the secondary market will create a new entry point for brand advocates. That means your second-hand products, your sustainability will help you. But this is more of your luxury cars and your luxury watches, even for resorts for that matter. They have been not doing well under a particular brand, but now when they have merged with another brand, now they're doing well. For example, Starwood was not doing very well. So when they merged with Marriott, because of the Marriott brand's existence, because of the Marriott brand's popularity, the Starwood is also gaining some advantage there. Sheraton hotels, they were all earlier Starwood brands, and they were all declining. They couldn't survive the market because there are so many newer and nicer, trendier hotels. But Sheraton is a very old school kind of a hotel, and now they couldn't survive the market. But that's where, when they joined the Marriott, they started regaining popularity. So that is what we're talking about sustainability here. So servicing and repairs, that means your products and the availability of servicing, maintenance, right? And all this, if it's available and if it's freely available, or if it's easily available, not freely available, easily available, then it's a very good thing about your particular product. And what happens? Reduce need for black market goods. This is also will help you, because you have a lot of good servicing centers, you have affordable market goods. Then why would your customer want to go for a duplicate product or a cheap product? All right, so they don't need to go for black market goods. They know that your products are available legally and possibly it's good, then it's affordable, then they go for the normal products itself. And more market transparency must be there. You need to be consistent with your marketing strategies, and you need to be constantly doing it. You just don't do it once and then stop it. You need to be doing it very, very consistently and innovatively and creatively. I don't know how many of you have seen our university open days. Have you all seen our university open days? Every time they come up with a concept. Even last year, I mean this year, they came up with a sneaker la concept. Last year they came up with this exhibition concept. They bring in the brands that is available in the market to attract a lot of people to come into the campus for the open day. So that is market transparency. You trade openly on the internet, you go out openly, and your strategies, okay, they know that, okay, this year a new theme is going to come out, so people will start waiting. What is your theme for this year? What are you going to do for this year? So that is how they will start looking and waiting upon you. And finally, active product communities can transform brand perception and pricing. What do you mean by that? Active product communities. That means, okay, this particular brand, it's very, very active. For example, your Western hotels, for example, it's part of the Marriott brand. Even now, see, hotels are not doing very well. They know that guests cannot come in, airlines are not operating. But even now, Western brand is doing a lot of things. They just suddenly came up, Western Malaysia. Do you all know about the particular hotel class? Yeah? Yeah, if you don't know.
Sorry, what, Miss?
Western Hotel. Have you heard of the Western Hotel?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened? You know what they did? They just went and changed their lights to purple lights for a particular week, saying that we are with you, hospitality industry, for this COVID-19. They were doing strategies like that, and then suddenly they just all of their key people. Wait, I don't know whether I can show the picture. They went and put up their boards stating that, okay, this is stay at home, we are working for you, kind of thing. So they are doing something actively with their products and to reach out to the communities. For example, IHG Hotel, Intercontinental Kuala Lumpur, that hotel, ICKL, they went to and prepared iftar. Iftar, you know what is iftar, right? When the people who had their fasting, the Malays, they had their fasting, right? So when they break the fasting, they eat something, and that's the iftar. I believe you all know that, right? So Intercontinental KL Hotel started preparing those packed foods, and they went and distributed to police people, security, and they went and started giving it to the communities. So what are they doing? They're trying to reach out to the communities with their brands. So now they're not going and selling anything, but they are emphasizing their brand. And that is important in your sustainability. Okay, so that is the brand life cycle. And I've just given you this particular statistics that was quite long. It's not, you don't need to see this, but now you can see a newer trend. Europe is always good for luxury brand, fashion brand, so that's the thing about, but you don't have to see this. I can delete it off. If you don't see this in your notes, just delete it off. All right. I want to share something else that I was just going through. Okay, leveraging. I will share this with you all on times. I want you all to just go through this, okay? It can give you an idea of what are the challenges you can identify and how it creates value. Can you see my screen, class? Yes, right?
Only the slides.
Yeah, it's still
Only
on slides.
nights. Okay, good, you told me. How about now?
Can
Yes.
the luxury segmentation, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I'm just going to add this. Uh, you can see this. I'm going to share this article so that it can help you to get more idea of how luxury brands survive, see sustainable or not. Okay. So you just give it a read, and it can help you to prepare for your group projects. Okay, class? This is also, no, I wanted to share this one with you. Okay, so coming back to the, so that was what we learned today about the luxury brand. Any questions, class? The brand life cycle.
No, miss.
Sure.
Yeah, so far no question.
Stephanie, are you in?
Yes, miss.
Okay, okay. I didn't realize. When did you join?
Just now.
Just
Because
now.
my things is, yeah,
What happened to your teams?
I can open it in my laptop, so I find another uh phone for me to
Oh,
join.
why you can't open in on laptop?
I didn't update it or what, so I cannot open it.
Oh, but you will be able to open Teams, right? On laptop.
Yeah,
So if you have it on laptop only, it's very helpful, yeah. If not, it's going to be difficult. Okay?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, yes.
today's class was about the luxury brand life cycle. So we saw the growth of a brand, birth of a brand, growth of a brand, maturity of the brand, and we also saw the declining stage, and then finally disappearance stage. And then we also saw about the trends in how you can sustain your particular brand in the market. All right, so this is something, this is a key lesson. Okay, so I want you all to go back and read the slides, but the slides are just basic notes, but I want you all to do other kind of research only on luxury hospitality brand. Okay, class,
Okay.
you can read about the brand life cycle on luxury products, just like on cars, on automobiles, or watches. But again, I want you all to link it back to hospitality. Okay, so you have to have the same mindset. That is important. You must have that mindset to embrace this luxury brand. Okay, so I'm really looking up to your projects, your assignments. Okay, so please do something really nice. And any help, do come and ask me. Okay, now, any questions on today's topic?
No, miss.
Sure.
No, miss.
Okay, so I think I will close the recording now. And once I close, the link will be posted on Teams. So, Stephanie, you can go back and refer to that. And because you missed the class, right? You can just
Yeah.
get that recording done. And okay, now let's just discuss about last week. Can you stop your videos? I feel like I'm talking only to my computer. Your videos, if you all don't mind, it's okay. Sleepy heads, no problem. Hello? Can you open up your videos? Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so last, Kezia, Anna, I think we can see all right. Ingrid, Teja,
Here, miss.
you can open up your videos.
Yep, I already opened it.
You already opened.
Yeah.
Okay, I still can't see. Can you all see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the view is not the same, is it? Okay, so last week we were talking about the questions, right, for the case, but that's your final assignment. I mean, it's your final exam, lah, correct?
Sorry, miss. What do you mean? That means that the case.
Pardon? Say again?
Wait, you said that case study for final exam. Do you mean like the case study of Lux Resorts will be our final exam, or
Yes. It will be your group assignment, right? And that will be your final presentation. Yes, it's a group assignment. You wait. Yeah. Can you listen to me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. This one. You see the group assignment for 40%. This one, right? Can you all see this class?
yes?
Yes.
This is your final exam. All right. Are you with me, class?
Yes.
Yes, me.
Yeah. So, I I'm going to give you the luxury. I mean the Lux Resorts, right? So analyze the case study. You will have to present, critique, and suggest innovative solutions for the existing product. The objective of the project is to analyze the case study, and outcome is to present innovative solution to the existing strategies the students have created. All right. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, me.
Can you see this one? What do you see?
Second assessment.
Second project case study, right? Yeah. So this is going to be your rubrics for the 40%. I demonstrate. Oh, no, no, no. It's just typo lah. Okay, so you have to work on this. See this case study, analyze one luxury product in detail. So actually, I will not be giving you questions, but you will have to analyze it like this: present, critique, suggest innovative solutions for the existing luxury product. Okay.
So that means, Miss, based on the case study, like we uh, make like the innovative solutions.
Correct. Correct. This is wrong, yeah. I will amend this. This is typo, it shouldn't be here. Okay, I'll amend this and I will put it up for you. Okay, but this is how you will be given marks. It's actually 40 percentage here and it's 30 percentage here. The first one is 30 percentage. In week 12, you will do a presentation, group assignment. All right, so this is about the luxury brands life cycle. What we learned today's lesson. So you choose a particular brand. Say, for example, as I told you, maybe Atlantis, or maybe Marriott, or maybe Sheraton. I don't know. You choose a particular luxury brand, and among the 10 brands I gave you, you remember, and you choose one, and you analyze their luxury brand life cycle. That is your first assignment in week 12. Okay, and the second assessment we will have it in week 13 or week 14. So this is also a group assignment. You will have to present it, and yeah, for 40%. And reflective learning is you write for the. I did whole mistake lah. Guys, I'll just remove this and I will amend the right one. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah. So when did we decide to have the class online assessment?
You said last week online assessment will be on 12th June.
12th June, which is week 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just stick to that. I will give you an online assessment. I will put it up on Times, and then you can just take it. It can be an open book, or it will be something similar to that. All right. for your group project, you will have to really look for a very good brand and then you have to work on that. Okay, class?
Okay.
Any
Okay,
other
Miss.
questions on the brand or I mean on the project or assignment?
No, Miss.
Sure.
Yes.
How about you, Teja?
I didn't clearly hear you, Miss.
No. Do you have any questions?
Oh, no, Miss. No, Miss.
No. How about you, Stephanie?
No, miss.
Okay, Kezia?
No,
I,
miss.
no. Okay, guys, so y'all are okay with Teams, right?
Yes.
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 Yes, you can hear me, right? Sometimes it can just go on and off, which is, yeah, it's recorded, so you can go back to the recording and listen as well, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I leave you all today. Later I'm going to open up the quiz on times, times and teams, on times, so that is for the luxury client topic. It's like a pop-up quiz only, okay? So just take that as a class assignment and please do a lot of reading. Okay, guys. Thank you. Can you all hear me, guys? Bye.
Okay, Miss.
Thank you,
Thank
Okay,
you.
miss.
Miss.
Bye.
Thank
Have a nice
you.
day.
Anything you let's chat on Telegram, yeah?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Miss.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye, Miss.